Hi,
Hoai
Bob.
Ngo Thi. Good to see you.
Thank you for this share. It's very useful for the entrepreneurs,
Mm,
especially in Vietnam.
that's
Yeah.
great. You know
How
how
are
to feel.
you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. We
Good.
just be back to normal after the lockdown of the COVID-19.
Yeah,
Uh, and today is the first day that the kids come back to school.
fantastic. And how
Yeah.
long? How long? How long have you been in Hanoi? There, locked down.
Almost 3 months.
3 months. And
Yeah.
this is your first day back. Wow, and that must be really exciting because it's a little quieter there now today.
The first day the kids come back to school, so it's very crowded and traffic jam everywhere.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Mm.
quieter at your house because there's less kids running around.
Yeah, of course.
Easier to focus.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
What's going on for you, Hoy? What can I help you with? What do you got going on there? I mean, just as a little background for everybody in the audience, Hoy is the executive director of the We Create Women's Entrepreneurship Center in Hanoi. This has grown into one of the most influential accelerators, incubators, gathering for women in the Vietnam area, in Vietnam. And Hoy has really grown into like a systems change entrepreneur, I'd say, creating all kinds of new opportunities and influence in changing policies and the ways people build businesses. So, what would you like to share? What's on your mind, Hoy?
Thank you, Sean, for the nice word. I just tried to do my best. Yeah, actually, we Create Vietnam, we have been running it for 4 years. A lot of support from the EU Griffin Woods, and we have launched several like startup academy courses, and we entered the fifth batch of startup academy. Your guest yesterday is also one of them, and we have women entrepreneur who has graduated from the startup academy. They now look at their business model scorecard in like a with a with a better vision, with more systematic, and the most important that they have been connected to the mentor. So to my questions to you is that we have developed a good mentor network here in Vietnam, but how we can expand that network internationally. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because many of our graduated entrepreneurs now they develop their business successful, building it at the first phase, and now they want to export to expand their markets. I think from now on there will be some more women entrepreneurs from Vietnam who registered your live, and they will asking you more question about export, import, expand the markets. Yeah. So we need more like a connection mentors globally. So how we can, yeah, how we can develop that network.
Before I do that, so you've got a startup academy open right now, and there's some slots. There's some spaces available for businesses if they want to join women owned businesses to join your current startup academy. Is that what I understood?
Yeah, we finished the registration
Okay,
and selecting
so it's
the
fast. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that if there was an opportunity to promote that, we would do it here. Okay, mentor, growing your mentor network. So first of all, Vietnam is in a very good position with the negative, the positive side of COVID-19, with China going through what it's gone through. Uh, I'm sure, and we've seen many manufacturers moving to Vietnam. Vietnam has a very technological, great technological capabilities in its manufacturing and great networks for exporting and systems. So Vietnam's really well positioned in terms of quality and technological advancements. And so my first thought in this related to expanding the mentor network is starting to work within the Vietnam diaspora. So Vietnamese that have moved to other parts of the world, particularly those areas where there's desire for exports, US, EU, EAU is 3 examples off the top of my head, that there's Vietnamese that have moved there that could be valuable mentors and can help support understanding how to overcome cultural nuances and different legalities in terms of export import. So tapping successful, benevolent, mission-driven mentors who are Vietnamese and diaspora in other parts of the world, particularly where people want to export, is something, and that are in export, is something I would definitely be working to tap. The second thing I would do is look for mentors like we do, which are outside of Vietnam, that are not necessarily Vietnamese, but Americans, Germans, Egyptians, anybody who is really passionate about being supportive of entrepreneurs, and pull them into your network, particularly those that are supportive or have experience in export importing, like so much of Vietnam is positioned for. And I think about places like Pakistan, I think about places like India, I think about places like the EU that are all importing, exporting lots of things, and that they're going to be wanting more now, and they're going to be wanting more consistency in terms of quality. And so I think that that's also a shift. I'm going to pause there, but those are the 2 areas that and then because we're now moved into a situation like I'm here with you now, remotely online, those mentors are now open to you in a way that wasn't before, and they're getting more used to engaging online as well. And I'd add a third element because you got to have mentors who, when they go on a camera, they're not boring. That they know how to entertain, or they can add some level of excitement to the experience of being on a camera. Nothing worse than watching someone who's, yes, here's what you do. It's not going to work. So you got to have a third element when they're online. They have to be entertaining. They have to be high energy. They have to be quick, and more than just sitting there talking, which a lot of people do.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's a good advice. I will try that, especially exploring the network of Vietnamese mentors overseas, and also foreigners mentor. But also we also have to think, because we create Vietnam provide an inclusive environment for everyone. We encourage everyone to join us, every entrepreneur. So language could be one of the challenges.
And that's why I went. It's definitely going to be a challenge, Hoai, because it's a challenge, and I think we have an opportunity to do some coaching today, which will highlight that what can be a challenge in terms of language barriers, and that's why I was suggesting the Vietnamese diaspora as a starting point. Because you're just going to have a better experience out the gate, and then developing. So if it, as I've learned, it takes twice as long to coach somebody when you're having to deal with the language barriers that are associated with that. So you'd have to plan that in. But if you found somebody who was like the certain specialist in export import and had all the knowledge and all the wraparounds and all the techniques and ways to make that work, it would be worth bringing that person in and then translating for everybody, because they would be providing that specialized knowledge and skill set that your audience would want.
Yeah. I think I think that's yeah, we will do that.
I think a lot of entrepreneurs, though, and as we've been learning here, and we didn't know what was going to happen when we started doing the show, as you know, Hoy, and it kind of came up fast, and here it is, learning as we go, is that there's a psychological component to this, which has always been there, right? And the power of your brain, the ability to focus, using your own will and determination. How do you overcome? How do you reprogram your brain? And we're doing a lot of that. I think it's important to, particularly with the Vietnamese business builder, to help them understand that having just the mechanical elements of what it takes to build a business doesn't necessarily translate into success, and that they also need to have the mindsets as well. And I know that you're working on that daily in Vietnam, and I just want to reiterate that. And I hope that some of the watch parties you've been holding and people watching are learning and realizing that, hey, maybe I need to be looking at a different element, my psychological well-being and my psychological presence and intentionality as I move forward. Are you seeing what's the response you're seeing there in Vietnam to some of the discussions we've been having here on the show?
Yeah, from our entrepreneurs.
Yeah, from the entrepreneurs, because this is some of the information we've been sharing here has been may seem like it's not very entrepreneurial, but at the heart of it, it's the person who's the entrepreneur doing what they need to do to advance their endeavor.
I can say is that it's positive, and the first feedback we have here is that they have very rare, very good chance to be coached by you. Even they are very small businesses, or they have built their business to certain stages, but whoever they are, they have chance to register a slot with you. So that's they appreciate, highly appreciate. But also I have many feedback. They say that they are afraid of the English ability, and you speak sometimes too fast for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Yes.
I'm told that before, Hoy.
Yeah.
I need a reminder every once in a while. Well, yeah, good. And I think that that as we talked about before, it's doing it afraid, right? Do it afraid. And I think that those entrepreneurs and business builders that have been on have shown that there's benefit, and that all of them have received some kind of new insight or new direction. So it's worth it. And those that want to and desire to really take their business forward would be willing to come on and be live, just as you are right now. So and I'm a sweetheart, in the end, and wouldn't do anything to embarrass anybody. Maybe myself, but not a guest.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have talked to the entrepreneurs have from Vietnam, have coached with you, and the two lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The two
Impressive. Very, very impressive businesses.
and they actually they all have the follow-up plans. We discuss how we can we can support them, implement the plan, and how we can connect them to more resources, mentors, so they can be more encouraged and believe that they can do it, and they can implement the plan. Yeah.
Good. Well, we're here as well, and so, but we're also going to be following up with them so we can see what progress they made. Like in 2 weeks, we'll check in with them and see how they progressed.
Yeah, and also they want to ask if they have second chance to come back with other question.
Yeah, they would, but they have to give us an update first.
Okay.
I get to ask the questions first, then they can ask me.